They'll tell you it takes luck, that the rich are lucky, that you need the right timing, the right connections, the right circumstances, and maybe that lie makes them feel better about staying the same. But you don't need luck. You need vision. Because vision doesn't wait for the perfect moment. Vision sees through the noise, the distractions, the doubt. Vision sees who you can become before anyone else believes in it. And when you see it clearly enough, you start moving like it's already yours. You weren't put here to chase money. You were built to create value, to solve real problems, to build something that lasts longer than the applause, something no algorithm can delete. That begins with vision, not vanity. Vision doesn't beg. It doesn't follow trends. It doesn't waste time proving itself. It builds in silence, in discipline, in days when no one's watching. Vision is what gets you out of bed when motivation dies. It's the reason behind the routine. And let's be honest, luck won't keep you wealthy. Lottery winners go broke. Trend chasers fade. But the one with vision, he plants roots. He stacks habits. He learns the game until he is the game. That's not luck. That's work you don't post. Every man who made it without a shortcut had a moment where no one believed in him. Not family, not friends, not even himself. But his vision wouldn't let him quit. His future was louder than his fear. This is your edge. Not talent, not timing, but vision. The ability to see 10 years ahead while acting with discipline today. While others chase quick wins, you build a legacy. Anyone can hope for luck, but few have the courage to craft a vision and protect it. Few have the patience to build something that pays them for life. So stop waiting for your break. Stop waiting to be chosen. See it, claim it, and become the man who doesn't need luck because he never needed permission to win. You don't see the early mornings, the cold showers, the hours spent learning, failing, trying again. You don't see the discipline because discipline isn't loud. Wealth is loud when it's spent, but when it's built, it's quiet. Quiet like a man sharpening his mind when no one's watching. The world celebrates the flashy arrival, the new car, the luxury trips, the designer brands. But what it never celebrates are the years of silence that came before that moment. The nights you said no to comfort. The years you outgrew who you used to be. Millionaires, they don't announce themselves. They don't need to. They let their results speak. While others are shouting online, they're compounding offline, quietly, daily, relentlessly. The world wants attention, but wealth requires focus. You can't chase both. If you're trying to be seen by everyone, you'll lose what really matters. Let the spotlight pass. Let the world scroll. You have work to do. There's no applause for reading that book instead of going out, for taking the job that teaches instead of flatters, for investing your money instead of spending it. But that's how real wealth is made, through the boring, the repetitive, the intentional. You don't get rich by performing. You get rich by preparing, by building systems, by becoming so good they can't ignore you even if they don't clap for you yet. There's a time to share, but before that, there's a time to grind, in silence, in sweat, in solitude. That's when the real identity is forged. That's when the future is built. Remember this, the loudest in the room is rarely the richest, because wealth is a mindset before it's a number. And when you're really building, you don't have time to perform. Millionaires are built in silence. So be silent now. Let your grind speak later. You've been told to hustle, grind, outwork everybody. But here's the truth. Hustle without direction is just movement. Hustle without strategy is noise.
And hustle without results, it gets ignored. No one claps for how tired you are. No one rewards you for being busy. They watch what you build, what you've created, what you've mastered. Effort is respected, but only when it leads somewhere. This world doesn't pay you for trying, it pays you for solving. You could work 16 hours a day doing the wrong thing. You could be addicted to activity and allergic to outcomes. Being busy doesn't make you powerful, being effective does. Too many people fall in love with the grind, but hate the craft. They want the lifestyle, not the discipline. They want the image of success, but not the structure it demands. That's why they burn out. That's why they stay stuck. If you want results, move with intent. Know your target. Know your numbers. Know your habits. Hustle isn't just about time. It's about precision. Every move should echo your vision. Every sacrifice should have a reason. Ask yourself, what are you actually building? What will you have to show for your exhaustion, for the years you've spent grinding in circles? If you don't know, it's time to stop moving and start measuring. Real power isn't in how fast you move. It's in how clear you are. It's in how aligned your habits are with your future. Results aren't an accident, they're the byproduct of intelligent obsession. Let them hustle for likes. You hustle for legacy. Let them burn out proving a point. You build something that doesn't need explanation. Because at the end of the day, no one respects the hustle without results. And neither should you.
Motivation feels good. It lights the fire. It gets you started. But it's inconsistent. It disappears when you're tired. It vanishes when things get hard. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is decisional. And that's the difference between dabbling and building. Millionaires don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems, on habits, on showing up whether they feel like it or not. They know the results aren't tied to mood. They're tied to consistency. Anyone can act successful when they're inspired, but who are you when it's boring, when it's thankless, when it's just you and your calendar and the work that needs to be done? That's where separation happens. Discipline is doing what you said you'd do, long after the mood you set it in has faded. It's waking up early when no one will know. It's skipping short-term pleasure for long-term power. It's what builds character and capital. There's no trick here, just time, effort, and repetition. Discipline is the quiet force that compounds when everyone else burns out. It's the edge, the multiplier, the reason the rich keep rising while the average keep restarting. You don't need more hype. You need structure. You need non-negotiables. You need to become the kind of man who does the work even when it's cold, even when it's lonely, even when it's slow. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the flame. And if you want a future that pays you every day, you better be willing to show up every day. Discipline pays more than motivation, because motivation fades, but wealth is loyal to the consistent.
You want to build wealth? Start with the one asset that never loses value, you. Stocks rise and fall, markets crash, algorithms change, but the man who knows how to think, adapt, and execute, he always finds a way. People pour money into crypto, real estate, tech, hoping for a return. But the truth is, your first and most important investment isn't in the market. It's in your mind, in your habits, in your ability to execute with precision under pressure. Read the books, take the course, hire the coach, not for clout, for clarity, for skill. Because while others are waiting for their next big win, you are becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to wait. He creates. You want a higher income? Grow your value. Become better at solving problems. Learn how money moves. Learn how people move. Because the man who can solve a high-value problem never stays broke. This isn't about ego. It's about equity. You are the business. You are the strategy. And when you master yourself, the market becomes a tool, not a hope. You keep trying to earn more. But what if the next level of income isn't found in working harder, but in thinking smarter? What if doubling your skill doubles your worth? Invest in discipline, in focus, in emotional control. These don't crash when the economy does. These don't vanish when trends shift. They compound, quietly, powerfully, daily. The best investment is always the one that multiplies everything else. And if you do it right, that investment is you. You don't need $1 million to be rich. You need control over your spending, over your impulses, over that voice in your head that says, I deserve it, every time discipline says, not yet. Wealth doesn't slip through your hands because you don't earn enough. It slips because you don't keep enough. You can't save what you waste. That $7 coffee, that subscription you forgot about, the clothes you bought to impress people you don't even like. It's not just about the money. It's about the mindset, the leak in your habits that keeps you broke. Most people don't have an income problem. They have a discipline problem. They want the lifestyle before they've built the foundation. They think money is freedom, but spend it like it's nothing, and then wonder why they feel stuck. The man who respects his money respects his future. He doesn't spend to feel better. He invests to be better. He learns how to say no, not just to others, but to his lesser self. If you don't know where your money's going, it's going nowhere. Track it, guard it, honor it. Every dollar has energy. It either builds your empire or feeds your distractions. You want wealth? Start with stewardship. Start with treating $100 like it matters, because if you're careless with a little, you'll be reckless with a lot. This isn't about deprivation, it's about direction. When you control your money, you control your time, your choices, your freedom. The man who masters his finances doesn't need to impress. He's too busy building. You can't save what you waste, so stop leaking wealth through habits that don't serve you. Every dollar you keep is a brick in the life you're building.
There will always be men with more money, more followers, more attention. But real wealth isn't just about what you can hold. It's about what you can keep, what you can protect, what no one can take from you, even if they tried. You can lose a job. You can lose a deal. You can lose a number in your bank account. But no one can take your mindset. No one can take your skills. No one can take your discipline. And that's where your real net worth lives, in you. The world will keep chasing the image, the flash, the next big thing. Let them. While they chase noise, you build substance. While they beg to be seen, you become undeniable. Not because of what you show, but because of what you've become. Build wealth that's more than cash. Build character. Build ownership. Build patience. Build something so solid, no algorithm, no market crash, no opinion can shake it. You don't need to rush. You don't need to compete. You don't need to impress. All you need is a vision you refuse to quit on and the quiet fire to show up for it every single day. Because the man who builds what can't be taken never has to chase what was never meant to last. Don't just get rich, get rooted. Don't just chase money, become the man who attracts it. Build what outlasts the hype. Build what can't be taken.